that a digital cat or a real cat?
The real cat.
Oh, okay.
So that would be an analog cat, right?
Okay.
He doesn't even know he's on camera.
Okay.
You haven't come back.
Blackie, come here, Blackie.
Yeah.
He's hearing you.
Come here, Blackie.
Yeah. Marion, I think I'll jump off in case somebody else wants to come in. Because is Jackie Devine still with us? Jackie, why don't you jump on? Give you a little bit. We're going to interview her on our LL Variety show soon.
Oh,
so let me jump off and see if Jackie wants to come on. All you do is click the button, Jackie, where it says call in.
Jackie left. But,
see you soon.
Jackie left. But if somebody else wants to come in, feel free to.
RJ was going to try to join in as well. So
okay, great. Come on in.
How do I get out of here?
I'll let you out.
Okay.
Melinda's calling in.
Okay, Melinda. Hey, Melinda.
Hey, how you guys doing again?
Good. Good.
So I have a question as well. You know, I was enjoying the conversation of the fact that everything is, one and done situation. Here's the thing, is that for me, let me take my glasses off so you can see my eyes and how tired I am. For me, the question becomes, it's like one of the guys had asked, so if you're doing this, how do you know that you're getting quality product or that, one, for lack of a better word, is done? So we're doing the thing on, let's say, internet TV. Right. Okay. Right. And from the internet TV, you get it. Here we go again. I'm telling you, I shouldn't have my cocktail better. I really should.
In between your sentences.
I'm let me see. So the question I have is that if we're doing the one and done, so we decide to do an internet TV, right? The TV for you. Now my question becomes, do we strip everything from TV, or does it have to all come from a blob, a podcast show? Do we turn it all into that, or can we get it from just the TV and then one and done?
I wouldn't consider starting an internet radio station, streaming video until you have a lot more content that you can actually contribute to. And what you do is there's like Sam Broadcaster. There's some platforms that you can actually stream live using Spreaker, right? You can actually create a radio station using Spreaker, and so you need something to program these audio files. So, like if we say a year from now, we wanted to edit, modify, pull out content from all of our shows, we could take little segments out and we can actually edit that audio into, 20-minute blocks, right?
Yeah, sound bites.
Sound bites. And then we could drop commercials in between, or we could drop, call to action or something in between, and then stream that out on a live program to where we could actually have, the business channel, Living the Dream business channel, or, something along those lines. The alternative to that would be, is much like you've done with the magazine, Melinda, you can actually get contributors to bring their content in. And I think Pegasus does this, right? They have multiple shows. They come in the studio. They record 2 shows a week. They record those shows to be played out in the morning and in the afternoon, right?
Correct. It's played out. What happens is you go in and record. Living the Dream just barely in earnest. We finally got one recorded. Yay. Right. But it's going to be on the All Women's channel. And because Pegasus has its own, I guess what they call it, a networking channel. It has its own network system. And so what they're doing is dedicating different days to different things. So let's say everybody with health goes in on one day. Everybody that has, lady radio shows or radio shows hosted only by ladies, they get in on the other day and things like this. But you're right. They all come in.
Take a breath.
So
in
I
between
tried.
sentences.
But they all come in and go onto the one channel.
Right. Okay, so now imagine, if you will, how long are those shows?
Actually, you could have them up to an hour, but LTD will only be doing 30 minutes.
And how many days does that show run?
Actually, it will be running once in the morning of record, then once in the evening, somewhere during the week, and then one on Saturdays.
Okay, so now imagine, if you will, how many more hours of programming you have to contribute to fill up those gaps.
Right.
And that's where the bridge between that's why podcasting is so popular, is I only have to think about a show a week or a show a day, or that block of time, versus I need to think of programming 24, even 12 hours a day, right? Much like brokered radio, where back when I was running radio stations, we had brokered radio where one business owner or disc jockey or host would have a show for 2 hours, and then another one would have 4 hours, and another one would have 6 hours, and they were paying for that block of time every single day. And a lot of business owners are unwilling to contribute that much time to developing a show every single day, 5 days a week, or 365 days a year. It's a lot of commitment. And so that's why podcasting is so popular. And how you can actually develop that is by having other contributors come into your show, and that's where Future Media TV is, our goal is to get 100 shows a week, right? If we had 100 shows a week broadcasting, then we could actually stream that audio on a 24-hour station and have internet streaming, have all of the audio files then streaming again, right?
Did you hear that, RJ? You better get busy. 100 shows a week.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great that you guys have taken on that challenge. And, you can just let Living the Dream know how you're doing that, how well that goes. Because that's a little bit more than what Melinda was planning on doing. Because I think that for me, I think that you're right. The convenience is that I walked in, I sat down.
You poor baby.
That's a deep breath. Y'all didn't know that. Like she told me to say a couple of words and breathe in.
You can't bring that to the lab.
That's right. So, I like the idea that I could walk in. They didn't have to see me, so actually I didn't put on my makeup like I'm not tonight.
Right.
Even though, did y'all notice that with the suntan from Florida, I look much,
You
okay.
look beautiful.
Thank you very much. So with that, it's the idea that it was more convenient to be able to go in, do the show, and walk out.
Right.
And I didn't have to I may do editing myself, but I don't have to normally do the editing or doing anything. That's why, in earnest, when Living the Dream is ready, we're going to be going to you guys, so that once again I won't have to do much. I can just walk in, do the thing, and walk out.
Right. And that's the beauty of it, is what you're doing is you're paying for the convenience of having the space, the equipment, the recording, all taken care of, right?
Right.
And that's a valuable service, and that's a huge opportunity. And that's something that I'd really like to look at as well. There are, well, here's another part that we haven't even discussed. I haven't even mentioned this to Marion either. Is there are recording studios all around the countryside.
That's right.
And they're connected with equipment that would allow us to have somebody say, okay, show up at this recording studio at 4:00 on a Thursday, record your show. We're going to take calls. We're going to do, and then we're going to stream that audio back to our equipment. And then we're going to drop that into the show schedule, right? And so there's a lot of different ways in creative products that we can actually do audio, we can do video, we can stream live, we can, record and store and forward. I mean, and this is what we teach in Future Media Association. If you haven't joined Future Media Association, check it out. It's no longer about the technology. It's about the opportunity and how you can actually share your story.
Well, and I think you're right in that. I know that Maria is looking towards that as well. That as soon as she, finishes this last little push of graduation, thank you, God, I'm so ready for it to be, I'm along with her. The journey has been joint together. But she herself is also looking to, Living the Dream, go ahead and put it live, Living the Dream Productions, and doing that work, I'm hoping with you guys so that we can connect from Living the Dream to Future Media, from Dallas to Houston. So you guys want to do something from in Dallas, you say, hey, Maria, I need you in the studio because I got somebody coming in. Can you do that? Yeah. And so that she can work it from this side and you guys can work it for the Living the Dream down in Houston.
Yeah. And so we just have to continue to build momentum because I know that this is a huge benefit. Video is huge. There's a lot of opportunity where the only difference that you're going to see is, okay, my personality versus, Steve's personality versus your personality versus Marion's personality. If we were all, say, in real estate, right? There would be people that we would deal with on a regular basis based on our personality alone, because it's not the product we sell. It's not anything that we can provide that you can't provide with the next person to your left, right? So the personality is the differentiator. Would you agree?
I know, and I'm the quiet, shy one.
Steve, would you agree with that?
I don't agree. She's quiet and shy.
Hey, I want to go over.
But I would agree with what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not for everybody.
Russ, I say that to all of my clients. Everybody, I put it out on Facebook as often as I can. I'll put it out on Twitter, and people hear me talk, and I instantly tell them that, part of living the dream is the knowledge that, what, it's okay. I am not everyone's, consultant, but guess what? They are not always my client. I don't always have to take them and agree to them being my client just because they say you have what, I'm like, yeah, really? Well, I can't work. So let me direct you to somebody who's your style.
Yeah.
I don't have qualms with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a firm believer that there is enough out there for all of us. And you know what? If we can't find enough of our own, we're in the wrong business.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's enough for all of us, right? I think there's.
That's right. That's why I say there's enough for all of us that, if we have to get it to where we're competing, then we're in the wrong business.
I wanted to go back to this question, Marianne. Read this and see what you think. And I'm not sure what you're asking, Gavin, is. The question was, do you think it's fairly easy to implement the call to action cards professionally within Blab? How do you suggest doing this?
Oh, you know what? I think he might be talking about something we saw this morning. Remember the show that we had at 8:30 this morning? I know that was a long time ago. We've done a few things since then.
Right.
But she was holding up the call to action cards this morning. Bonnie Frank.
Bonnie Frank was.
Is that what you were talking about, Gavin?
No. Well, what I imagine, and we can actually ask him.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah. So for those of you who weren't on the show this morning, Bonnie Frank is a very successful live streaming artist, and she does Twitter, I'm sorry, Facebook Live and Periscope. And on Periscope, you can't share anything on the side. Other people can talk in the chat room, but she can't. So she has, ahead of time, she has cards that give her website and her, different links and things that are going on. So that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Like our event that we're supporting here. Hot Bodies.
There you go.
Fit
Hot
Games.
Bodies, Fit Games.
Hot Bodies, Fit Games. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. And yes, I would, Gavin, what I would do, or what I'm thinking about, the first thing that I thought about Marion when I saw that is you get 8.5 by 11 poster and you go into Canva and you create all of your little, your images, right? Just go have them printed out, and the website's the same, everything's the same. In Blab, we can actually type that or copy and paste that into the blog. So,
well, Russ and I have a new partner. We haven't had a chance to tell anybody about it or get it up on the website, but I'm going to show you her postcard, which is perfect for something like what Russ is saying. So check that out. It's nice and big. It's very clear what she's saying. It has an HR code, so if you had a phone, you could click on you could scan the HR code.
It's a QR code.
QR. Did I say HR?
Yeah.
And so why can't you do a bunch of these for whatever you are selling or your call to action? You could. We just haven't done it yet.
Bigger. You can make it a little bigger, right?
You could make it a little bigger, but she didn't. She just held it up like that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Easy.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is communication, building a community, providing valuable information, and following up and having phone calls, right?
Oh, so
that's what Bonnie said. Is she's done a lot of business through Blab as a result of following up with people. Go to their Twitter account, follow up with them on Twitter, thank them for being there, providing value, sharing information. Yeah.
So Gavin says, haha, right. Being more tech savvy and a bit more of a tree hugger, are there alternatives to postcards? In other words, don't print this stuff out. You can't have your cake and eat it too, Gavin. Come on.
Yeah, and paper, you can recycle paper too.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Order your postcards on recycled paper.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, does anybody else want to come in? We have a little bit more time. If anybody has any questions, this is Late Night Media Q&A, which means you can ask any question you want, right? Any question about media, and that is audio, video, words, and images.
Yeah.
And when I say words, I'm talking blogging, tweeting, whatever it is that you want to.
Email.
Yeah, email strategy. If you have a question, please type it in or let us know you want to come in. Yes,
You going to rotate out, Marion or Melinda?
No, I have a question.
Oh, question.
Okay. I thought you were saying bye.
No. I was like, my hand's up, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, my question is this. Do y'all like my new glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I like them.
So, because it's red. You see, I'm red. My camera's red. What can I say? There's so few of us that can wear red. But anyway, what I was going to say was, okay, so I have another. I have to pound this because I'm about to invest. So if I'm investing, I want to ask the question. So if I do like we're doing here, a Blab. Okay, so and we do it on your network. Okay, your future media. Okay, can we turn the transcript from the Blab or
Yes.
into
Yes.
you can take it from Blab and put it into a transcript as well.
Yes. Now, you see over on the left-hand side, there's a thing that says share last 30s, and then there's a gray box next to it with it's.
Yes.
Okay.
I see
So
it.
that gray box means that that's an embed code. If you just click on that and you take that code and put it inside your website, you can actually show this blab right on your website as well. So there's a lot of different things you can do. But yes, you can take the audio out. You can do anything you want with this video.
Okay, so you can take the audio and then you can take the transcription as well.
Yes.
If you have not, are you on Google? Any kind of Google platform, Gmail, Google Drive? Have you ever used Google Docs? Go out and try their transcription. It's like Dragon Naturally Speaking.
Yeah. Well, I use Dragon Naturally Speaking.
Okay. Well, they have it. They have the same solution embedded in their docs now, and it's actually pretty good. Marion and I were testing it out the other day, and it, I think if you had a fast enough computer, you could probably translate some audio very easily. I mean, I'm thinking it's pretty good. I mean, it's like, okay.
I use the Dragon. The Dragon does that for me. When I'm able to, I can use that, and here's even better is I can even record in another language, and it will transcribe quickly enough that it goes just immediately from that way.
So we have a couple of questions in the sidebar. Gracie is wondering if it wouldn't be too out of place to mention, and no, it's not out of place to mention. She does editing in PDFs for people. So if you need a resource for editing in PDFs, if you don't have the full PDF editor and you need some quick edits. So Gracie, it might be worth, all you have to do, Marion, maybe you could explain to people how they could connect with Gracie through the interface here, because I don't think we've ever had that explanation, have we? We haven't ever explained that, have we?
So up at the top, you're going to see a little circle, and inside the circle is Gracie's picture. She has glasses on, and you can see most of her forehead. And if you just put your cursor over it, you'll see that her name is really Tish, and she's got some information about her. And then she's got her email address. And if you click on the little bird, it'll take you right over to her Twitter handle, and you can follow her on Twitter as well. That way you could converse with her and talk with her about maybe hiring her for some services by, whatever it is, the PDF that you need edited. If you don't have, like Russ was saying, if you don't have the full version of Adobe, you can't change the PDF, right? So she can do that for you. Is there anything else you want to explain about that, Gracie? I'm probably not explaining it probably the best. Mm-hmm.
Lots of, I mean, and correct this if we're wrong, Gracie, because what I'm suggesting is a lot of people have PDFs that they need to change a logo out, they want to change a paragraph, they want to do something, and the only file they have is a PDF. And it's like, okay, I either have to retype all of this and reformat it and recreate it, or I can have somebody send it out and create the changes in a PDF file. So
that's
is that correct? I mean, that's what I've done for people also as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very easy peasy for you because you have the tools. You have the
right.
This is a lesson in having the right tools, right?
That's right.
So also I had a question. We had a question, Marion, from HiCam official Gavin. When creating visual content, how do you go about choosing a color scheme? Do you have any tricks for picking out color scheme when you may be in a bind with it? Well, yeah, there's some great tools. Speaking of Adobe, there's it's called Color. Adobe, there's a color wheel. It used to be Cruller, and it's a color wheel, and it might be something that other people could benefit from. There's a couple of different types of that. And there's some tools that you use, Marion, that I remember you using in the past to collect color schemes. Do you remember what they are?
Well, it's been a while since I did it. So you're talking about if you want colors that go together, like
Correct.
if you're trying to build a website and you want not matching colors, but colors that complement each other. Yes.
Right.
I'll have to go and look for that. I can do that quickly.
Yeah. Once you
I'll
look
be right
at
back.
graphic work,
Carry on. I'll be right back.
please hold while we look up your records. So, the whole point is to be able to quickly select. It's like going into a paint store, right? And you're looking for complementary paints, and you got these paint swatches. You're thinking, well, does that color really go with that other color? I like it. However, is it complementary? And there's a lot of psychology in the paint and color schemes and things like that. And I personally I'm a minimalist, so I like maybe 3 colors. I mean, I like primary colors. I gravitate toward black and red a lot, and I make it really super simple. And Marion really likes green. She likes a lot more probably yellows and
Purple.
purple is a high color, high touch color for her. So, it's all based on personality and color's an interesting thing. What's your favorite color, Steve?
Yellow.
Yellow. Interesting.
Yes.
Melinda, what's your favorite color? Besides
Red.
Red.
Marion, what's
Red
your
is my favorite.
color?
It's a power number. It's a power
Yeah.
color.
What's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Purple.
Purple? More than green?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, see, the reason why I like that, it's like fuchsia is to pink. It's a certain color green because that was my mother's favorite color.
Got it.
So every time I wear it, it feels like I'm wrapped in my mom.
So it's an
Right.
emotional connection.
It's an emotional color.
Yeah.
But visually, I like purples and blues.
Yeah.
I love purples and blues.
I'm partial to blue.
Yeah.
Gracie?
Now, if I could throw something really fun in here just a minute, let me dare twist the pot. The purple is a spiritual color, and it's of the angelic realm. And the blues are a light colors of communication and understanding. And the whites are of the white light and the healing, which are greens. I just thought I'd throw that in there. The yellow is, anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah.
The yellow is what?
Oh,
Yeah, what is
You
yellow?
left me out. What
Yeah,
is yellow?
don't leave us hanging.
well, a yellow actually is an enlightenment. It's a person that it's actually at a point where they're ready to evolve and go to the next, right? To a next level of wisdom, to a next level of experience, whatever that is. And of course, red is a person that is actually ready to be rooted here to the earth and be able to live a different earthbound, so that people that are red are usually healers, they're usually nurses, doctors, social workers, people who are always helping other people.
Well, I would say that Steve is enlightened. He's been very enlightened. The last year has been nothing but enlightenment. Right?
He's learned a lot, but on the other hand, he's very enlightened to help other people with what he does, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So did you find a tool, Marion, for us?
No, for some reason, my mind is not, wrapping around the keywords to put into Google for them to understand what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll come up with it though. I'm not going to quit until I find it. You know me. I'm just like, I'll find it.
I'm sorry. Let me put my glasses on because I've been working on the computer all day. What is this? Hi, Cam Official. It's his favorite color. Some of that is written over. What is that he says on the bottom of his message? Can anybody see that?
Yeah. Where?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What he says?
He's a web developer, live stream.
Okay, no, he was just telling me, he says it's his favorite color. I didn't know what it was. Oh, here we go. Okay. But at any rate, yeah, I think that you're right, though, that all of these colors are just representative of our own personalities. Yes. And it's just another way for us connecting to the right people for us.
I can't find it for some strange reason, and any other time I could go right to it. But I did find a really cool link to google.com design/spec style color. And it's a pretty cool website. It gives you all the HTML codes for all the different colors, and it goes down the rainbow. So it's pretty cool. You might want to check that out.
I'll check that out. That's very cool. This is, it's really interesting because colors spelled with Coolors, COOLORS.co is another site that you can do color swatches with as well. So, but hey, this is why we're here, is to discover new things, right? I mean, if we can't find it, or we can't discover it, or we don't know it, there's always somebody out there in the community that will definitely help us out and give us some answers out there. So it's amazing to think that there's no shortage of information out there today. It's always more about how can we connect and provide assistance, like a Sherpa. It's like, okay, nobody landed on the top of the mountain. They all had to climb the mountain, right? So we need guides, we need Sherpas, we need people to help us to get there. So, but
Russ, I have a question before we get off.
Sure.
I would like to know your view of where technology will be 10 years hence.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
So 10 years from now,
Uh-huh.
What I see happening in the next 10 years is, let me back up with that story, because I want us to imagine that, say, 250 years ago, before the Industrial Revolution took place, right? Mm-hmm. We were involved in communities that were, most individuals did not travel beyond a 20-mile radius of where they were born, right?
As far as they could walk.
As far as they could walk. And what took place in that community was they had craftsmen, they had artisans, they had people that would provide, crops. They had people that would, share at the farmer's market. They had leather goods. They had blacksmiths. They had people were baking, and a lot of activity around this, what I would call artisan and development. And so what took place in the Industrial Revolution is we took a lot of individuals out of the farm environment, industrialized it, commercialized it, automated it, right? Henry Ford started this whole thing, and this entire evolution of the industrial age was to increase and gain efficiency over the development of products and services. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So where we are right now is we're in the early stages of the technology where we're creating more content every minute than, nearly every minute than was created, the first, probably, before 1984 or something like that. I mean, we're actually accelerating the creation of information. And so now big data is going to be in play. And also a lot of people are moving away from the industrial complex, and because technology now affords us like maker's movement. We have tools that we can actually put in our garage that would create, different, articles of, lamps, household goods, things like that. It's the maker's movement that, we're going to start seeing more creative process involved with, because companies like, Amazon, who own no product. They're the largest retailer in the world, and they don't create any product. They just allow everybody to create product and put that in the marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uber has more, transportation ability than any other company in the world, yet they own no vehicles, right? Airbnb is a company that is, it's the ability to house and host people all over the world, yet they own no real estate. So our opportunity in the next 10 years is going to disrupting the industrial complex and bringing back the community in how you can actually have outreach to a global market with local products. So for instance, you have a local product that you've historically been allowed to service and support, deliver and deploy this local market. And now all of a sudden with transportation, logistics, distribution and all of these other things in place, there's going to be a much broader market for our goods and services. So thinking about a single product being distributed around the world versus around the neighborhood. And if we think in those terms of saying, okay, I have this specialized item that I can make 1 million of, and I can sell 1 million because I don't have to walk 20 miles to sell this to the market, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And I think the creative aptitude in technology is going to come, like virtual medicine is going to come into effect. Virtualization of holographic. It's going to start out in the gaming community. It's going to move into probably medicine and teaching, and then there's going to probably be training, development, and support services are going to be delivered holographically. Where you can actually have somebody in the room teaching you how to do something. And so, travel and time is going to be a different challenge for us. It's going to be how much time can I spend on creating something, disruptive versus how can I spend 3 hours of traffic getting to a job I hate. So there's going to be a mindset change in the next 10 years. It's going to be early adopters that are going to be disruptive. There's companies that are going to be disruptive. It's good and bad because, right now we have the highest suicide rate in early adopting entrepreneurs that we've ever had in history. And it's sad because some of these people are setting the bar of saying, hey, Mark Zuckerberg can make a $1 billion company, why can't I? And the instant gratification that people want, they don't want to spend the time and the effort in creating instant gratification with long-term effort, right? They want things now, so they get frustrated by that. So it's something we're going to have to be aware of and really pay attention to in the next 2 years. The entrepreneurial journey is a challenging one. And I wrote the other day, I tweeted it out. It said, some people are born to be entrepreneurs, and some people are entrepreneurs the day they were, some people aren't born until they become entrepreneurs. So, anyway, that's my rant.
Good answer.
Hopefully that was helpful or enlightening at best. You're concerned, Mary.
Well, because you were breaking up so bad, I thought, I don't know if it's just me or if it was everybody.
I had the same thing.
Okay, so you sounded like you're real fast and slow, and so
the whole time.
No, just about half of it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's why I was I was trying to understand what you were saying,
Okay. Well,
I have one thing to add to that. So as we are moving in this direction, and there's like no limits. I think it would be hard to go out 10 years since we're moving so fast. To me, it feels like from my grandmother's stories, we were living in the Stone Age. She had to go outside to go to the bathroom. There were no telephones. She had to use a horse to go anywhere. It was literally from that till I was born that we sent men to the moon, and we're doing things that are unheard of. In 50 years,
Right.
we went from caveman to what we're doing now. It's just unbelievable. How did we go thousands of years and nothing really happened? Nothing out of the ordinary happened. They were still walking or using horses.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we went to this, like, everything's moving at the speed of light. It's got to change pretty fast now. We're either going to destroy ourselves or we're going to get better. I think we're going to get better.
Well, I agree with you. I know we're going to get better. There's still going to be the element of humanity that is unwilling or unable to adapt, and that's always going to be the case. And there's always going to be the case that there are going to be people that are unwilling or unable to. They want to take the shortcuts, and they want to do the things that are not necessarily on the up and up, right? They're more interested in shortcuts and illegal activity than they are about, turning in a hard day's work. So
there you go.
Technology is like humanity. It's no different, right?
That's right. And hi, RJ. It's 9:00, so we're just about to close off. But I saw you wanted to come in, so I wanted to say hi and wave at you.
How are you doing?
Well, hello, everybody. I really wanted to use it to.
It's pretty
see how
straightforward.
it all works.
So, I really love the opportunity to actually share information, and actually find out what people are interested in talking about, because that's half of it.
Yes. Well, don't forget, we are here every single Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. And we have fantastic discussions about just about anything. There's no limit, right? Except for, well, I guess there are a couple limits, but that's...
We're focusing on
it's never
words,
come up,
images,
right?
audio, and video, right?
That's right. That's right. And I love every minute of it. If you go to our channels and see all the cool television shows that we have, like Steve Baker sitting here, he has a show every Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. and he explains Medicare and all the things that are happening in the government agency that has to do with keeping us healthy.
All the choice we have.
Yeah, from the age 65 on. So thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you. Baker Seniors is the name of his show, and lots of others. So I'm going to say good night, and I hope to see you guys again real soon.
Thanks, Marion. Really appreciate your time and we'll chat first thing in the morning when we're back at it, right?
That's right. Call me when you get up. Yes.
Hey, Marion, I started my day with you this morning at 8:30. Now I'm ending it with
here. It's like, holy cow.
Hey, I got to keep my friends close, I got
birds of a feather, right?
That's right.
That's
right.
Something I wanted to mention to Russ, since he's a tech, is I'm amazed at how none of us have to wear an earpiece. So when I'm on